Hey guys, so a lot of you are still confused as to what I have. For those of you who have been following my channel for a long time, I'm sorry. I know I keep saying this over and over again, but this is for all the new people that have come over, have just discovered my videos and haven't really, gone through the timeline and everything, haven't been following me. There's some confusion as to what I have. I got my teeth pulled in 2010. I got temporary dentures, which just removable dentures. I had those until I had them replaced with my final set of removable dentures in, like, I think it was August of 2012. Then not long after that, I entered a contest by Dr. Golpa in Las Vegas, and I won the all-on-4 implants. So that's what I have. I have implants, which is, I have the 4 on top, the 4 on bottom, and then 2 fixed bridges that screw in, sorry, the screw into the implants, and I don't take them out, the dentist takes them out. And so I had those bridges that Dr. Golpa had made in his lab at his facility in Vegas up until recently, where Ivoclar, which is a dental manufacturing company, replaced those with a new set that's exactly the same. Like, it's the same setup. There's nothing special, like it's nothing new. It's the same kind of hybrid denture, but they just use their product, and that's it. That's all that's changed, really. So, I still have a titanium framework inside. It's still the same, hybrid denture. I need to start using that term, and I know that probably confused a lot of you, because a lot of you were messaging me like, do you have dentures or do you have implants? And, it's the technical term for what I have is a hybrid denture, because it's not a bridge, but it's not a denture either. It's fixed. It doesn't come out like a denture would, or like, like the snap-in dentures. So they stay in like a bridge, but they're not like a bridge, because you got like all this acrylic here, and it's like a denture, but it doesn't come out. And so they just call them hybrid dentures. And so moving forward, I'm going to have to call it what it is, and that's what they are. But it's the same thing, just a different brand of stuff. And so that leads me to the next question that I've been getting is, do they make these for removables? You got to understand the anatomy of them. Thank you to Ivoclar. I have recently had a trip to Buffalo to meet all of them, and they sent me home with a goodie bag, and here's the molds that they used for what I have. So as you can see, I mean, for those of you who've already started your process of, selecting teeth and stuff like that, you've probably seen something similar in your dentist's office. These are just fake teeth. They're fake teeth like you would use in a removable denture, or a hybrid like I have. You use the same thing, it's so, gosh, it gets so confusing. I understand it does, because when people are like, I want implants, they're gonna look so much better. Like, implants look like metal. Implants are not pretty, they're just metal posts. That's what an implant is. This here, this hybrid denture, is what is fitted onto the implants. So you can make a denture look identical to what I have. You can have just as pretty of a smile, just as attractive of a smile as this, using something that you can set in a cup at night. It will look the same. Aesthetically, there's no difference between implants and dentures. A lot of people are really confused about that, and I used to be in the same position, like, yeah, I got dentures, but one day I just want to get some implants, like, it's gonna look so much better. It's like, no, it doesn't. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, because it's all fake. All of this is fake. And if you can make, acrylic look like this and have it screwed in, you can make it look like this and have it not screw in. So I hope that kind of clears up any confusion. You can totally get this for a removable denture. It's just the teeth. And it seems like, I come on here, I'm like, oh, look at my new smile, like I've got something that's like just this new technology or something, and it's really not. It's just a different brand of teeth. They've actually been in business for quite some time now, but they wanted to put it out there that they are making teeth and they look amazing, and that's why they offered to replace my bridges, so I could say, hey, check us out. We're a dental manufacturing company that really cares about the aesthetic quality of teeth, and this is what they look like. And I'm on YouTube, a good candidate to show you guys and demonstrate how nice they look. And I wouldn't tell you a lie. I wouldn't get up here and say they look amazing if I didn't think they did. They look absolutely amazing. And so that's all their deal is, really. It's just a dental manufacturing company that makes teeth, because a lot of us are used to the True Bite teeth. A lot of dentists, they use the True Bite teeth. They use the other, I think it's by Dent Supply. I think that's the manufacturing company. And it just basically comes down to what the dentists usually used in the dental schools. When they were in dental school, that's typically what they were using, was the Dent Supply teeth. And that's what they're used to, and so throughout their career that's what they're going to use. But there's other companies out there that make teeth besides Dent Supply, and Ivoclar is one of them. Here's the shade guide that they sent me home with. I'm like down here, the super white ones, not as white as my last ones, but we're used to that. Dentists, typically when they're showing you, well, what shade do you want? They've got a shade guide. Well, this is the Phonares 2 shade guide. And they've even given me acrylic swatches, the color of the acrylic. So I hope this kind of clears up the confusion. I know it probably seemed like I came up on the scene like I've got some super cool new stuff that's like, the hot stuff on the streets right now, but it's just denture material. That's all it is. And you can get it for, the fixed or the removable, any of that. It's prescription. It's prescription. That's how you get it. Because, like, if you look on the back of these little molds here, it says it right there in the corner. RX only. It is a prescription. The dentist will write a prescription to the lab, and all they have to do is prescribe you Phonares teeth. If they leave that out, if they don't prescribe a brand to use, then the lab is just going to use whatever it is that they're used to using, whatever they have on stock, whatever they typically use. That's how it works. So if you go in and you say to your dentist, I would like the Phonares teeth, then he simply writes it up on a prescription and sends that to the lab. And from there, the lab, all they have to do is, if they're not used to using the Phonares teeth, they just order it. They just call them up and they place the order. It's shipped right out of New York, same place that I went to. They showed me the warehouse where they ship these teeth from, and they'll ship them straight out to the labs. So that's a pretty simple process. They're supposed to use them, because it's a prescription. It would be like a doctor prescribing you, like, Lipitor, something specific, a specific brand of medicine. And then the pharmacy will offer you the generic brand, or they'll say, we don't have this available. Would you be willing to use the generic brand? And that's, the same thing with the teeth. Well, we don't use the Phonares teeth. Would you be willing to use this? Maybe the doctor says, no generics. And so then the pharmacy would have to get the brand for you. So that's what it comes down to. They've got these cool shade guides. If you go over to morethan-a-denture.com, they've got all the information you need. But these, they can send them out to the dentist, to the labs, or even to you if necessary. And it's just a shade guide, like a guide for the molds. Like, they have this little thing here where they measure your nose. And my nose is getting bigger as I'm getting older. It's starting to kind of creep me out a little bit. But the width of your nose is going to determine what's going to look the best as far as the size teeth. Mine falls right there in the medium section, close to small. And then they list off the molds for the bold teeth and the soft teeth. And then you go over here and you can check out, the molds that would look the best on you. These are the different molds. And from there, they would be able to select the teeth that would look the best on you. You can begin your wax try-in process. So if you want more information on the Phonares teeth, then you can go to morethan-a-denture.com and check that out. And then now let's get to the next big question that everybody has, and it's totally understandable, and that is cost. And I am going to tell you right now, I am with you on the cost situation. I am with you. No, I didn't have to pay for these because, I'm basically advertising their product. They give me a free product, I'm up here reviewing it, and that's just how that worked. So I'm lucky that I was able to get this for free. as far as, the price of dental work, I understand. I am just, an average American also. I do not have a loaded bank account. I have 4 kids. My husband, he's the one with the job. I stay home with the kids. Our oldest kid has special needs. We're kind of tight on funds. I get it. I understand. It's so complicated when it comes to cost. With my all-on-4 implants that I got, for free, I won them in a contest, fortunately, because I couldn't have afforded that. That's like $45,000. Who has that kind of money just set aside that's not allotted to something, that's not allotted to retirement or to, kids' college funds or, whatever else? Who just has $45,000 laying around? That's a large amount of money. So I understand that, high quality dental care is just not very accessible to everyday people. And so you need to know how much stuff costs. You absolutely do. But it's hard to say, and God, I wish it was easier. That's, I did an interview with Dr. Howard Farron, and I'm going to put it in the description below. I want you to check that out. But, we talk about that, about, how a lot of us, are attracted to those franchises, the chain dental places like, Affordable Dentures and stuff. Why? Because we know what we're going to have to pay for it. You have to know what you're going to pay in order to come up with the money to pay for it. And they give these flat fees and everything, but it's just not that simple for whatever reason. Like Howard was saying, it's almost like, it'd be better off for the dentist to say, I'm going to offer this at a very fixed rate for everybody, and I might get a more complicated case over here, but then I'll make up for it because everybody's coming to me because they know how much they're going to pay. You win some, you lose some, but I think it would all balance out. He's totally right. It's crazy that you can go to literally a dentist within a mile of each other and have the fees be so astronomically far away from each other. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I can't tell you how much these would cost. I have a good analogy though. It's like, I guess it's the difference between like Crayola and rose art. For any of you people who like to color, I'm 31, but I still like to color. I get down with my kids and I color some pictures, and we know that rose art doesn't exactly come out the same quality as Crayola. It's not too far off of a difference as far as price goes, but the quality is going to be different. That's the difference between these and like the True Bite teeth. These are a much more aesthetically appealing type of teeth. They're going to be slightly more expensive, but that shouldn't reflect on you, because the lab is going to order it. And I'm just using this as an example. Let's say that this tooth, in a True Bite, situation will cost like $10. Then maybe Phonares might cost like 15 or something like that. You shouldn't be able to feel it in the pocketbook from getting these. It's just the difference, it's just about what the lab uses and are they willing to order it and, this and that. So I can't tell you, well, this is how much it's going to cost, unfortunately. I really wish I could. It's just not that simple. It all depends on what dentist you go to and how much their fees are. How much do they charge for dentures? It's like, an artist, I'm gonna probably lose you guys, but I'm really trying to think of a way to explain it to where it's understandable. An artist, a painter that would use, high quality paints as opposed to low quality paint to produce his painting. You're not gonna be like, well, how much is the paint gonna cost? That's like the same thing. The teeth are the paint, and the painting is the denture. It's the finished product. How much is the painting gonna cost? Not how much are the teeth gonna cost. You wouldn't ask a painter, how much did you spend on that paint you used to produce that fine piece of artwork over there? You want to know, how much does that fine piece of artwork over there cost? Well, that's the same with these. The teeth are all, like whatever. It's gonna cost a little bit different, but you want to know how much is your dentist charging for dentures, basically. Whew, that was a mouthful. It's complicated, and I wish it wasn't. I really wish that it wasn't as complicated as it is. Something's got to change there. People need to know, because, we're compromising quality just to be able to know what we're going to be able to afford. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did it. My dentist who did all of my initial work, when I was going through the wax try-in process, a lot of you remember that I ended up going to Affordable Dentures to try to get something from them, just because I wanted to save some money, and I knew how much it was going to cost. It was going to cost like, $1,600, but I wasn't impressed with the work that they did. So I got my refund, and I ended up spending, $2,200 with my dentist, and I got a much better product as a result. But, it's, some people don't even want to go there. They don't even want to set the appointment up to get in there and be like, these are going to cost $5,000. Like, are you kidding me? Like, Affordable Dentures is advertising this for $1,600. Why am I going to pay $5,000 to you if I'm going to get the same thing from them for, thousands less? That's how we're thinking. Dentists, if you guys are watching this, this is how we're thinking as patients. We don't understand, Now I know that, and I'm not bashing Affordable Dentures, because I get a lot of messages from people who did go to them, depending on what location, and they've got great, amazing looking teeth, and they knew what they were going to pay, and it wasn't like out of control expensive. Boom, they were happy. But like, in my personal experience, I sacrificed, a little bit financially in order to get something that I was happier with, a better quality denture. So yeah, it's just, I wish that I could tell you guys, this is the ballpark figure. I mean, the dentures, just a set of dentures is going to cost anywhere from, like $1,000 to like maybe $4,000, somewhere around there. Some pay more, some pay less, it just all depends. It's crazy. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. So I hope that answered some questions. This video is going to be super long, and I'm so sorry, but I got a lot to talk about. So yeah, if you have any other questions regarding these in my last update video, then leave it in the comments section, and I'll try to address it in the next video. But moving on, I've got a lot of things going on. So yeah, I went to Buffalo, and I was able to meet the team at Ivoclar, and we did a photo shoot. And what did we do the photo shoot for? So I did the interview with Howard Farron, Dr. Howard Farron. He's the founder and CEO of Dental Town, which is like a social networking community, kind of. It's like an online community for dental professionals, and they can just, they've got their message boards where they can talk about, all things related to dental, like, the newest technologies and, just different issues that they encounter, stuff like that. And so he has a podcast where he interviews people from the dental community, and I was so grateful that he interviewed me for the podcast. I'm a patient, and so I was able to spread my message to dental professionals, all the dentists and lab techs, and people that are on the other side of the chair, I guess is what they say. And to me, that's just a blessing, because I do feel like there's a big communication barrier between the patient and the dental professionals. And I guess you could say I'm kind of like a patient advocate. I'm always looking out for you guys, trying to empathize with dentists too, but really trying to get our voice heard. And so if you want to check that interview out, the link is in the description box below. Let me know what you think. Go over there and like it and comment and all of that. But they also did an article that's coming out in their Dental Town magazine, which goes out to dental professionals, and that's coming out this month. And it's like a 4 or 5 page article about my history, like all of the problems that I had with my teeth, and then just where my journey has taken me thus far, like up to to date, and my experience on YouTube, and just what I'm trying to do as far as being the voice for patients, and just basically saying that there's a problem. Dentists aren't empathizing as much as they should, and the cost is just crazy, and we need to get it together. People need access to quality care. Like, that's kind of what I'm trying to do, as well as empower all of you that end up having to get dentures. And so not only did they do an article on me, but they put me on the cover of it. So I had like a photo shoot, and it's crazy. Like, you look at the picture of me on the cover, and it's like, that doesn't even look like me at all, but whatever. I look good, and it was interesting. And so I can't wait to give an update on how that goes, and I'll be able to give y'all information on, how you can read the article and stuff like that. So my iweardentures.com blog is done. They're going to be doing a few more tweaks to it, because we realized that there was a few more technical issues that need to be sorted out, but the website's up. And so it's iweardentures.com. and I'm going to be updating that frequently soon. I want to start doing a series on, start to finish the whole process of getting dentures. So those are the things that I've got going on with me lately. And it's been 20 minutes I've been talking, and I feel like I could talk forever. I haven't posted a lot of videos this year, and it's not because I have any kind of lack of, things to discuss. I've always got an endless supply of things to discuss, but, I've got 4 kids, and I've had a lot going on, but I'm going to try to start posting more consistently because, there's other things I want to talk about. But I guess before I go, I do want to address something really briefly. Because some of you are like, well, why do you keep changing your smile? Like, are you not ever going to be happy? Like, I'm going to need to keep it super real quick, okay? I'm not going to give you any kind of BS, like, generic response to that. I want to give you a heartfelt response to that. I would have, if you look at my videos from day one, I've always been happy with what I had. Always. Even the temporary set of dentures. Because, you see this and I look, like I'm okay and I've got a pretty smile, and like, some of you on the other end are really suffering. That's why I'm doing these videos, because I was on the other end suffering too for a long time of my life. Like, I'd say a good 10 years of my life was spent in shame and humiliation and physical pain, mental anguish. I'm telling you, the works. If I had a nice smile like this from the start, my life would have went in a totally different direction. But I feel like everything happens for a reason. I'm glad it happened the way it did, because now I can relate to a lot of people out there who are suffering the way that I did. But just remember, I did suffer. So when I got that first set of dentures, the temporary set, I was thrilled. I was so happy, and that was like the cheapest dentures. I think it was like $800 for the set. I'm biting my tongue, for the set, but just to be able to smile, just to smile and not hold back and not see gaping holes in my teeth and just like, grossness was a miracle to me. That temporary set was a miracle, and I've been extremely grateful for everything that I've had up to this point. I just sometimes can't even believe it. I'm blown away the fact that this is even real, that this is even me on this video right now, because I know what it's like to just do that constantly. And so I'm not vain. I'm not trying to, constantly upgrade and get something better. But, if I have a way to get something like this to show you guys, hey, this is what you can get, and at the same time, I'm upgrading, and I'm, would you not? Would you say, no, I'm going to keep it humble. I'm going to stick to what I have. I know that every single one of you would be like, absolutely, when can we start, So, but it's not because I wasn't happy with what I had. It's just that I had opportunities that have popped up as a result of what I'm doing here. And I've seized those opportunities, and I really don't see anything wrong with that. And I hope that nobody thinks that I'm shallow, forever trying to look out for all of you, because I know, firsthand how it feels to be in the position that you're in. And it's something that's close to my heart, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So I just wanted to clear that up. And now that I've been talking for almost 25 minutes, I will have another update video next week, on point, on time. It's going to happen. And so again, if you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comment section. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, because that's where you're going to get all of my updates before everybody else does. And iweardentures.com. Go check that out and let me know what you think. And you guys take care.